Welcome to this great adventure of two sisters.
Absolutely not. Hey guys, welcome to the Regina Kids podcast. I am your host, Maxie.
With her lovely younger sister, Rita the H.A.M.
And here on the podcast, as you can see, sibling relationships can be loving and sometimes a bit
dramatic.
Affect me, please. Complicated. So, join us every week as we explore all aspects of having a sibling.
Come be our sibling.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome back to another episode of the Regina Kids podcast. I am your host, Maxie.
I'm the one and only younger sister, Rita. I should be a rapper.
Or not.
I got this raspy voice, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I might as well put this excuse. You dig?
Sure, your voice ain't going to be like that forever. So, people know in this podcast world that I just almost lost my train of thought.
You did?
That I don't know about everybody else's podcast, but we have lives.
We the best.
Okay, DJ Khaled.
God did.
For the people who aren't doing this full time, we have lives, we have stuff to do, and Rita out here trying to get to the money. So I don't want y'all to be discouraged, but I will go over where y'all could DM us, meet us, subscribe, and also where to get my books, and y'all get to see our commercial. That'll be all at the end of the show. That's
surprise!
Just my disclaimer. That's not a surprise. That's just a disclaimer because we really wanted to jump right into the topic today. And I don't know if it's we, I could just say me. Because you read the title, which is Boundaries or Lack thereof. Right.
And guess what side I'm on? Guess which side? The lack thereof.
Don't matter which side of the fence that you on. Felt like we needed to dive in deep into this. And this is probably one of those controversial things. I'm probably going to say a whole bunch of stuff that people ain't going to like, and I don't care.
I don't think it's controversial. I think boundaries are is customizable per the person. That's just what it is.
The controversy was going to come from the stuff that I'm going to say regarding boundaries or lack thereof. But
nothing she say has anything to do with me. Nah, I'm just put that out there right now.
Whatever. The topic came up because, like most stuff in my life, and if you grab any of my books, the last two of my books, you'll realize a lot of things that I write about or that I speak about. One, I only talk about stuff that I've been through or can speak on. Two, I get triggered. During this healing process, a lot of shit be triggering the shit out of me. Like, that shit be cutting me deep down to the core.
Let me get her soapbox, y'all.
Right.
No, this don't happen often.
get my tiny ass violin.
Oh, no, here you go. You know
what, Rita? So I'm gonna let her get out what she needs to get out about these boundaries or lack thereof, and then pull out the soapbox, your couch, your ottoman, whatever you gonna need to listen to my damn rant.
Should we go ahead and just let you go?
Nope.
Because honestly,
because you're gonna interrupt. So nope.
I'm gonna interrupt you anyway.
I know, but I also want you to be able to get out whatever points you want to make regarding boundaries. Because I'm not gonna interrupt you, even though you're gonna interrupt me. So
I mean, I already said what I had to say about boundaries. At the end of the day, boundaries are customizable. You have to customize them and the thing is that when you customize them, that don't mean that they're going to stay that way. For wherever space you are in your life, you need to customize those boundaries so that you can have your peace, so that you are not triggered. You know what I'm saying? So just because you have your boundaries set one way You may not have it set another way. You may have to have your boundary set one way with with a certain with particular people, and with some people you don't have it like that. It it's customizable
This is
with
true.
certain people. Because for me, I told the other day when we came up with the idea about boundaries, Maxie told me I was well, she tell me I'm ridiculous all the time, so it wasn't that. Oh, she told me I was harassing her. And I said, well, I guess that's my love language is harassment. But I mean,
No, it's not love. That's her love language. That, and I explained to her that you're supposed to love people the way they receive it, not to do whatever you want to do.
but
But
to make her feel better, I told her everybody that I truly like this in my circle and love, I treat them all the same way. I harass the fuck out of them. Even my spouse, he gets it too.
well,
I had sent y'all a whole text message the other day. I be saying all kind of crazy shit to him, but he finds it funny. Maybe that's because our birthdays are so close together, and I ended up with somebody that's like me. So,
right. And this will
because
probably air
the other
during
day
this
he sent
loud
me,
ass Leo season.
yeah. And then because the other day he had just sent me some money, and I said, "Oh," I told him, I texted him back. It was like, "Ooh, thank you. You make my vagina vibrate."
You could have left that out.
No, I couldn't have, because
We
that's
really
what I
didn't.
said.
We
I
really didn't
said what
need
I
to know.
said.
We
And
really
he
didn't
texted
need
me
to know
back,
that.
LOL wowzers. He's used to I harass him
I
daily.
don't think your siblings wanted to know you like that. But okay.
Oh, okay. Well, they do now. He get harassed daily, all
So
throughout the day.
harassment is a boundary Rita don't understand. But
Mm-mm.
this
I
topic,
harass everybody.
this
Some
topic,
daily, some once a week, some 3 to 4 times a week. It just depends.
hmm, that's interesting. You might need
Maxie
to
is
work.
daily.
All right, she might need to work on that. But
Mm. I
this
asked you the other
topic,
day and you never gave me an answer on that. So
you're not gonna listen anyway because you don't understand boundaries.
I do.
Part of the reason why we're here, no, but this
I
story,
listen. I am not why you are triggered. Don't you put that off on me.
uh,
You better take that to sweet baby Jesus.
I did, but we here now. We here now talking about these boundaries or lack thereof.
All right, go ahead.
I've been recently having this conversation with multiple family members, and it's been brought to my attention that when we were growing up, that the word boundaries were more in the lack thereof category because we, and I don't know about everybody else's family, it could just be me, but a lot of people were raised back in the day like you automatically have to respect your elders. Like whatever they say, go. People were raised to family is family, regardless of how your family treats you, regardless of what your family says to you. Um, yeah. So this triggered me because there was some I can't even speak because I want to get it out so fast. There were some instances in my family where I felt like boundaries needed to be established. Because when you start going through your process of, because here's the thing, and let's just put this PSA out there, maturity does not come with birth dates. Meaning that just because you had another birthday, you got a year older, you older than some other people, that don't make you mature.
Mm.
Emotional maturity is something that needs to be worked on daily because a lot of people don't have that. That's where these boundaries kick in for me because as I started the process of working on me and starting to heal from childhood trauma, adult trauma, um, different experiences and stuff that happened throughout my 42 years here,
Mm.
I
Black
realized
don't
that
crack, girl. You don't look 42.
I realized that boundaries needed to be set. And the problem with setting these boundaries is that people don't respect them. Because remember, we show people how to treat us. So when you go years
Mm-hmm.
and years and years of allowing people to do certain things, once you just go cold turkey and say, hey, I'm done with that. You're not going to treat me any kind of way. You're not going to talk to me any kind of way. You're not going to do me any kind of way. Like, these are the things that I'm setting forward. And for me, when you're dealing with family or people that are close to you, once you set those boundaries, because you were in the lack thereof, it was you will respect them automatically because they're your elder. They could talk to you any kind of way because they're your elder. Some people even feel like they could do you any kind of way because they're
Because
your
they're your
elder.
elder.
I'm past all that bullshit. Boundaries need to be set. And my thing is this: when it comes to boundaries and it comes to my healing, I don't want to be around people that don't like me and I don't like them. That includes family, friends, associates, or otherwise.
Mm.
Because you can love anything. A dog. Like currently, I love orange hostess cupcakes. That might be my love. Shut up, Rita.
What?
Right. That's probably gonna be my love to the end of the week because I'm almost tired of them, but I still got two left. So I love Hostess cupcakes.
Mm-hmm. This is
And
new.
right, last couple episodes back, I was stuck on York mint peppermint patties. It just
And then
happens.
by the time I came up there, she was on almond joys.
See what I'm saying? Your taste buds switch, so you can love a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
People love puppies, whatever.
I love turtles.
Good for you. And I meant to tell you, one of my friends, they neighbors got a little baby goat in real life.
Which we'll talk offline. I need pictures.
I'm not going over there to
I
take
need
pictures of this goat.
pictures and videos.
But you see what I'm saying? You see how her face and expression lit up because for her love of these baby goats. You could have
But you,
family.
can when I come back to town, can we go over there?
Rita, I don't know them people. They just live across the street.
But how does she know that they got a baby goat?
Because the baby goats be outside in their yard.
So she can't go ask her neighbor, "Hey neighbor, can we pet one of your baby goats?"
Jeez.
I need video of these baby goats.
I'm not
And
finna start these people.
They in
Yeah.
Illinois. Girl, we are going over there.
Anyway.
Okay, back to your rant. Sorry. You shouldn't have told me that on camera, Maxie. You
But
know
I
that's
was doing it
a
as an
dream of
example
mine.
because no, I was doing it as an example. You love baby goats, but you don't know if them baby goats like you. You don't
No,
know if them
they
baby goats want to be around you. You love them. Feeling might not be mutual.
maybe, maybe not, but it's worth
That
to
baby
see.
goat kick the shit out of you.
He ain't gonna
You,
kick me, probably headbutt me though.
oh wow, you're okay with that. Anyway, back to these.
Hey, all it takes is one good headbutt. I'm done. I'm gonna
Right,
love y'all from a distance.
exactly, and that's where I was trying to get at. When setting boundaries, people need to understand that some things are yesterday's price is not today's price. In the words of the
Ooh.
great philosopher Fat Joe, what I like today is not going to be what I like tomorrow. So just because yesterday I allowed certain things to happen in my life and allow you to act a certain way, I could wake up and decide to change my mind. That is the joy of having free will and being able to change your mind. People grow,
Preach.
people grow, and they evolve. And some shit that we grew up doing and knowing about is unacceptable, and it has to be
Mm-hmm.
unlearned. It to me, and this is just my personal opinion. People could disagree. I don't care. You do not And this go for anybody that's a relative, because I believe that family is what you make it. It could be a blood family member, or it could be someone that's been in your life so long that they became your family. Family is different from relatives. You do not have the option to pick your relatives. That is stuff that you are born into. You don't have the option to pick
Yeah,
who your
just like you
relatives
can't pick
are.
your parents either.
Them is relatives. But you have the option to, that's why you need to choose wisely. You have the option to cultivate the type of family that you want. And you have the option to have the people in your life that love and care and respect you and don't have a problem with your boundaries. Like,
Amen.
just because they're a relative, they don't know everything that you've been through throughout your life.
That's hell.
Because
They
you could
a
have
lot of some of
distant,
them don't even know what you done been through in the past few years.
right? Because a lot of relatives aren't close. Some relatives are
Hmm.
close, and even if they are close, that don't mean that you have shared your whole life with them.
True.
Like, even as siblings, this is the number one reason for the podcast. We grew up in the same house with both the same parents. We have two totally different experiences when it comes to things that took place in our home. But to go back to the boundaries and these relatives, I feel like anybody who you feel genuinely do not treat you right, that
Mm.
don't truly care about you do not have to be around them. You do not have to tolerate them. You do not have to spend time with them. Hell, in my case, some of them I don't even have to speak to. And that's just me. Because you don't speak to me, I don't speak to you. You choose to talk shit about me, throw dirt on my name, lie on me, whatever the case may be. I don't feel the need to have to speak to you at all. You could be invisible to me. Casper, the friendly fucking ghost, is how I feel.
Word up. Preach.
Where to? Stop it. I'm just saying, like, to me, boundaries is a new word that everybody needs to learn to put things in place for you to live a fulfilled and happy life. That's why y'all need to get the third book, the trilogy. We aren't making excuses for people. We
And
are
I am not responsible for your tears, baby.
we are letting shit go. We not holding on. We don't have no guilt. We don't have no regrets. We don't live with regret. None of that. We are not um we are not staying in relationships, whether that's friendships, family ships,
Ship ships.
ships, right? Relationships, whatever it is,
Relationships. I like that.
right? Relationships, all of that. We're not staying in those
I like
trauma
that.
bonded ships,
Relationships.
right? We are not staying in those trauma
Girl,
bonded.
you got it cranky today, girl. Keep it going.
We're not staying in those trauma bonded field ships just because you're my cousin or you're my sibling
Girl,
or
pass the
whoever you
collection plate.
are. We're just not doing that.
Girl, pass the collection plate.
Let me give y'all the definition because lately I've been stuck on these words, but just so people know what boundary means, it's the line that marks the limit of an area, a dividing line, or it's a limit of a subject or sphere of activity. Um, here are so we need to learn to set healthier boundaries because the
Listen, you
reason
crossed it. Listen, once you cross this line, baby, you better act a certain way. Or keep your ass over there.
see that's the thing because I got triggered because I was told that I needed to attend a family event for people who don't support me, talk shit about me, and don't even talk to me. And I felt like I shouldn't have to attend if I don't want to. But I was getting pressured and getting told that's family. No, those are fucking relatives, is what that is. Those are relatives. Those are not the people I consider family. Those are not the people that, if I have something going on with me, that I call and talk to. Those aren't the people in my immediate circle or even in my expanded circle that I deal with. Because then they would understand them boundaries as to why I don't want to participate. So, Rita, what is your sib note? What is the silence? They can't see your face, bro. Unless y'all
Girl, I was just making sure you was done because listen, this was your soapbox session today.
unless y'all subscribe to the YouTube.
Evaluate your relationships to make sure your relationships to make sure you're not in no relationship. Yeah, I'm like, girl, that's good right there. Relationships. Like that.
I forget I can't say stuff around you. But if y'all want to see Rita facial expression, because she tends to make a facial expression and get quiet,
I'll be
even though a
forgetting. I'm
lot of people
sorry.
listen to the audio, y'all can subscribe to our
My bad.
YouTube
Listen, I'm so sorry,
at
y'all.
reginakidspodcast.com. If y'all want to talk about those boundaries that y'all set, healthy boundaries towards relatives,
Hmm.
friends, associates, whatever it may be, y'all can drop us a sib note at our email at reginakidspodcast@gmail.com. Or if you want to make it real quick, slide on over to our DMs on Instagram at underscore Regina Kids Podcast or on our TikTok at Regina Kids
You know
Podcast.
what? You know what? And then too, I'm gonna add this little tad bit to my SIP note. If you if you realize that somebody just ain't fucking with you and they done went no contact, you may want to evaluate if you done stepped out, stepped across that line the wrong way. It's a lot of people that's just going no contact with relatives and even their parents.
Habitual boundary steppers is who they are. Because here's the thing, as an adult, as a grown up, as somebody who's coming from a healthy, healed place, I
Mm-hmm.
don't owe you an explanation. And that's
Mm.
the other thing that people don't understand. I'm grown. I don't owe you shit. I
Preach.
don't owe you an explanation. Like sometimes people like to over explain why they're doing stuff and try to get what air quotes what people call closure. You don't always need closure because sometimes people aren't going to respond the way you need them to respond. You don't need closure.
Mm-hmm.
You need to work on you and realize, and I had to do this for myself because that's a boundary, why your cutoff game can't be the way your cutoff game is. Like, if I cut you off, that's it. I'm not trying to cut you. I'm not trying to cut you and in the process cut myself and bleed all over the people who didn't hurt me. No.
Right.
I'm cutting you off and putting my healing agent and my band aid over it and healing myself from that situation. Boundaries. Don't fall into the other side of lack thereof. That's all I'm trying to tell you. I'll let y'all know.
Girl,
But
that's good. That this right here was good.
um, my sib note of the day will be: you win
Mind
some,
your motherfucking business. Not playing.
you win some, you lose some, but at the end of the day, your show will continue to go on.
Mm.
Sometimes a season, a reason, or a lifetime is the category you got to put the people in.
That's why I live in. That's why I live with no regrets because for those exact three things right there.
And not to say that, if you and thus relatives are in a coming from a good, healthy, healing place, that you can have those conversations. But a lot of times you'll realize that
They
these
set in their ways.
people that treat you a certain type of way, they not ready to heal. And you can't force healing
Mm-mm.
on nobody, just like you can't force change on people. That's something people got to dig deep and want to do for themselves. So,
Facto.
but if you're new here, you know, I'm not making no explanations or no apologies for what I said. I meant all that shit.
From
Um,
the chest, straight from the chest.
again,
Oh, nerve.
subscribe to our YouTube if you want to see these antics you got, because you punching yourself in the chest. Nobody can see that. I don't even know if
Ow!
they could hear that little pounce in the audio. But
Damn
but
it hurt. I hit my little chest bone right
but
here.
I am a three-time self-published author slash broadcast
Not one,
media
not two,
producer. I
three
have
times.
written three books. All my one is All My Broken Crayons Still Colored, daily affirmation book in the journal. Love You More, Grieving Isn't Easy and Healing Hurts was the second book. It's about the 5 stages of grief and how to start your process of healing. And my third book, which recently came out, is the trilogy I Am Not Responsible for Your Tears. All available now on Amazon. Type in my name, Maxie E. Norman. They should pop up. If you want to purchase a signed copy of the book, you can always jump into our DMs. I have created what I consider a healing box. And in the healing box, you can get one book or all three, along with, my healing agents that, you can learn to relax with, relieve some stress, start your process of healing. The healing box is available. And if you want to just get to know me a little better, get into our commercial.
Bye,
Hey
guys.
dreamers, my name is Maxie E. Norman, owner of Eleanor Maxwell LLC. I'm a broadcast media manager and show producer. I'm also a podcaster of a show called the Regina Kids Podcast, and I'm a three-time self-published author. You heard me, 3 times self-published author. My first book, All My Broken Crayons Still Color, daily affirmation book, and a journal was wrote to motivate and encourage. My second book, Love You More, Grieving Isn't Easy and Healing Hurts, is about the 5 stages of grief and how to jumpstart your process of healing. My new book, the trilogy, I Am Not Responsible for Your Tears, is the authentic guide to being happy. And it's about getting those 7 steps to being fully happy. All my books are available now on Amazon. And as always, we'll continue to glow through whatever it is we're going through. Thank you guys once again for joining us on another episode of the Regina Kids Podcast. My sibling had to get out of here quickly today, but my sib note of the day is this: we all have to do things that don't make us feel good. And sometimes that means we have to let some things go. Whether that's people, places, or things, we have to let them go. But just know, we were not here to live in mediocrity. You deserve to live a fulfilled life, happy and full. That is from my new book, the trilogy, I Am Not Responsible for Your Tears. We all deserve to be happy. But as always, thank y'all again for joining us on another episode of the Regina Kids Podcast. I'm your host, Maxie. I host the show along with my lovely sibling, Rita. And we will continue to glow through whatever it is we're going through. Bye, guys.